call R&B music. I respect it. You know what I mean? Because, you know, that extends the life of it. And ultimately what it does is it grows it, and it organically becomes these different arms and legs of something that used to be in this box. And now it's not. It's not in the box anymore. Like there's this thing that's happening over here in Korea. You know what I'm saying? There's this thing that's happening over here in Nigeria. Then there's this thing that's happening in New York, thing in Atlanta, thing in LA. Like none of these things are the same. Like back in the day, R&B used to be one thing, and if you didn't do it that way, you weren't R&B. You weren't a cat. You weren't a real cat. You know what I'm saying? And and that has changed because the world has changed. And so for me, I get into this space, man, where I feel like if you mean it, if you really mean it, man, if this is your heart, if this is you bearing your soul in your music, I'll take it. I'll take it.
And my second one's not more. It's more of a shout out to Ken Wilson.
Yeah, my guy.
Shout out to Ken.
Many years.
Man, you better tell Tank that you better play another track. You know, he's like, yo, talk to him. Tell him to play another track. So, question is, do you got another leak or something you want to play while you got all these DJs in the building? And I'll leave it at that. Word.
Here's the thing, man. Ken gonna say tell him to play another track, but Ken also wants me to stay focused. Stop doing this, Ken. Ken trying to run these numbers up. He's trying to get it up.
Of course, he wants that number one, man.
So I promised him I would stay focused. I'm itching.
Okay.
I'm itching to drop something new.
Hey,
like yesterday.
Well,
I gotta
if you want to tease something, you know what I mean? So if you want to tease something, feel free. I'll let you and Raymond work that out. But
thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Answer the questions for real.
Yes, sir.
Big Sweets. What's going down, Sweets?
I'm all right. How's everybody doing? How you doing today, Tank?
My guy, what's up, brother?
I'm all right. Good to see you, man. So congratulations. I know you recently had that run on Broadway for Alicia Keys' Hell's Kitchen in Broadway.
Yes, sir.
Amazing. Want to congratulate you and salute you on that as well. Question is, and I've heard Alicia speak about this, what's the difference performing on Broadway for a musical like that with so much talent as opposed to, say, performing your songs at a concert around other R&B artists?
Wow, great question. But the beauty in Alicia's production is that, you know, in between Alicia and Adam Blackstone, like it's Broadway, but it's not just Broadway. Like it's like a R&B church Broadway thing. You know what I mean? It's not just one thing. So for me, coming from this, you know, R&B church space, like I fit right in. You know, I had one kind of Broadway moment with All the Kings, you know, my first song that I do, and learning that and putting that into place took me a second to get a rhythm with that one. But, you know, once I got it, I was on. I think the biggest thing about Broadway, period, is it's 8 shows a week. Like it's 6 days on, 1 day off. That's it. And so it becomes about conditioning and your ability to be excellent 8 shows a week. Like it ain't like tour where you're just like 4 shows a week. You know what I'm saying? Or some tours are on the weekends now. It's just 3 shows a week. Nah. Start on Tuesday. Let's eat. A matinee and a night show on Wednesday. Then Thursday, then Friday, then a matinee and a night show on Saturday, and then Sunday. And then you rest Monday. Who wants to rest on Monday? Why is Monday the day off? How come I can't get Friday off? That's a complaint I'm gonna take to the board. But still, like it's having to be at your A level for 8 shows a week. And I was on for 3 months. Some people are on for 6 months. Some people are on for a year. 8 shows a week. Excellence, nothing less. And that's different. That's different.
That's all live. That's all live.
All live. Ain't no
retakes.
Ain't no track. Ain't no DJ to start scratching in your lead vocal. None of that. None of that. It's you. You and the people. What's happening? What you got?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Definitely want to let some of these ladies chime in. Miss Brittany Cherry, what we doing? What we doing?
Hi, Tank.
Hola.
Hola, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. I love Control, and I didn't think that when we would drop to the number 2 spot because I absolutely adore that song. But this one was good. I love this one.
Have you seen the
Um,
video?
can you send it to me?
Oh, I
Which
think
which
so.
video for Control?
For Control.
Yes, we want the visuals.
If y'all
Absolutely.
haven't seen the video for Control, it's been up for like I don't know how long.
I
Come
see. That's the thing.
on.
How would I know that?
Okay, I'm telling you right now, it's up.
Okay. I'm
Oh,
gonna
it's
go.
up.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Okay.
Okay,
All right. All
because I
right.
definitely want. We were asking about the visuals in the chat, and nobody
Oh, come
seemed
on,
to know.
Chad. It's
I
up.
know.
It's
Well, we can
nice
run it.
too.
We can run it for sure. I mean, the
We,
song itself is dope enough. It's worthy of a replay. So
I'm-
we can definitely run the visual. It just
you can run the
might get a
visual
little
on here.
might get a little steamy. I'm envisioning might
I
get a
might
little
have to
steamy
turn my
if we run it.
camera off.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen. Okay. I'm joking, Tank. I'm joking. All right.
Oh, she ain't. Oh, she ain't.
Well, I mean,
You gotta
you
let the
know,
Lord use you. Let the Lord use you. Amen.
hello,
Yeah.
exactly. Amen. Okay. So my question is, it takes a certain level of vulnerability and intimacy to make the songs that you make. And how has your growth over all of these decades of making music, how has that changed? Because now, I mean, you've always been in your grown man bag, but it seems like R&B space right now, a lot of these younger artists, they're not really getting it. They're not getting the love making. They're getting like the quickie music or the like breakup toxic, very toxic music. So like, where did you come from as far as like creating these really intimate moments in your music?
I mean, I think music is always a sign of the times. And so when you talk about the music that, a lot of the younger artists are making now, they're growing up in the digital age. Everything happens faster. You know what I mean? Everything is a scroll. You know what I'm saying? A scroll away. And that's just something that immediately catches your attention. You just gonna keep on scrolling to the very next thing. And so these artists they're programmed the same way, the same way these socials that they live on kind of run on. You know what I mean? Nobody's really taking their time. See, I was raised off of jokes.
Apologies for that.
No,
Make sure everybody keeps their mics muted, please.
yes. I'm raised off of Jodeci, right? You know what I'm saying? And so Jodeci's hook was, or no, the first line, take my money, my house and my car, for one heat of you. You see how he's taking his time to let her know she can have his car and his money.
They don't
Just,
like us, Tank. They don't like us
huh?
no more. They don't like us no more.
It ain't. I don't think it's that they don't like you. They just don't know what you are.
Preach to them. I hope y'all
Because
listening in the chat.
because it takes time to explain what a woman is. It takes time to talk to a woman. It takes time to listen to a woman. It takes time, and everything's moving so fast. Everybody feels like they're going to miss something, and you're not. You're missing by not taking your time. You can run down and get a few, but if you walk down, you can get them all. And that's how I was raised. And so that's how I live. And I'm not changing that for nobody.
Thank you so much. That answered all of my questions. I appreciate it. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's right. Naomi, you doing all right over there? You doing all right?
Yes, I'm good. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Digiwaxx, for this. Hello, Tank.
How you
It
doing,
is
Naomi?
such an honor to meet you. My name is Naomi.
Hey,
I
Naomi.
am with Blazing 420 WPAM radio. I reside in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area.
Yeah, I love Dallas.
And first of all, thank you for the many, many hats that you wear because you have your hands in it all. My question to you, though, through all the changes in the music eras that you've seen, how do you stay authentic in an era that's driven by algorithms and streams and trends? And then another question, when everything is all said and done, how do you want people to remember Tank?
So how do I, the first question is, I think I'm just willing to live and die by my thing. You know, for so long, like especially early on in my career, like artists were being programmed. Like artists were, you got to be like this, you got to be like this artist, you got to do that, and these are the how way we do these things. And so it was very few artists that got an opportunity to actually be themselves. They had to create characters in order to survive in this business. I didn't. My first record was a song that I wrote and produced 100%, and it was about my life. And I just sang it like I was singing about my life. And people were like, that's it. And I was like, that's it? That's all we got to do is be ourselves? Yeah. And so for the past 25 years, I've just been being myself. And so any growth that I've had, any growth that you hear, and whether it be my material or whether my sonics or whatever it is, it's organic. It's things I really do. It's life I really live. And so I don't know if that's the secret, but I know that it's worked for me. And then your second question was, what was?
When it's all said and
Oh,
done,
got you.
how do you want everyone to remember Tank?
I just want them to say he gave it all. And I think that's my mission. My mission here is to be of service. And you know, God will take care of the rest. But my job is to give, and to give until I have no more.
Amen. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for your time. Loving the new music.
Thank you,
going.
Mom.
And again, it was such an honor to meet you, Tank.
All right, Naomi.
Have a good
All right. Well, take it. If you still got some time, you mind if we run the visual? We could run the visual for
yes,
everybody.
Please.
Right,
come on, man. Let's run it.
Let's do it. All right. Check yourselves over there, y'all. You know, we might get a little steamy right now.
No.
So, take control again. Already a good joint. Let's see what this visual is looking like. Super fire. Super fire. So we're just starting 2026. Tank, what's on the register? What's going down for the year?
Man, trying to, I thought I had the album finished, and I just keep recording more. Like towards the end of the process, man, like you just get in a groove, man, and everything just starts, I don't know, just starts sounding crazy, and like you can't stop. You know what I mean? And so, the album is called Experience, and the experience that I'm having making this album is I'm having such a great time with it. I haven't been able to slow down yet. So the goal is to get this album to you by the summer. Get a couple more joints out. Like we're ready to drop some more stuff from it. Some more acting and all the cool stuff. Of course, more podding. The pod is we still dropping episodes weekly on that. And then now we're just kind of looking into what the next step is in terms of breaking artists. Maybe bringing some artists on a tour with us. You know what I mean? Something that can go out. But all of it's up, man. Everything's on the table, man. So we're just working through it to see what time will allow, because time is really the thing. You know what I'm saying? But right now we own this control, and we're trying to make sure everybody knows. Just like the young lady, she didn't even know the video was out. So we want to make sure that we get the word out to everybody. Hey, songs out, videos out, because for me, I can take a no, but I can't take a I didn't know. And so that's what we're working on, man. We're just working on getting the word out there to let people know that I'm back doing the right thing.
That's right. I'm gonna throw it over to my brother DJ Head Rush, big R&B lover right there. What's going down, Head Rush?
What's going on, everybody? What's up, Tank? How you doing,
what up, brother? Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you too, man. This is a pleasure to be able to talk to you, man. I'm a big fan. Big fan.
Yes,
since day
strong
one.
side radio. You know about the strong side, young man.
And the other side is the wrong side. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. So I just want to give you your props, man. You've been killing the game, doing your best since day one. So you put it all out there on the floor, and nobody can take anything from you, man. You got writing credits on songs with Omarion and Marcus Houston, LaToya Luckett, and all those folks. A lot of people don't even know you wrote those songs, like Oh and Naked and Regret. Those like major hits, you know what I'm saying? And for you to have the pen game that you have, sometimes I don't think you get enough credit that you actually deserve for penning those songs and making classic hits like Maybe I Deserve. That's like a make up the breakup song still to this day.
Yes,
We
sir.
going on 30 years of that song. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
sir.
it's still a classic hit, like hands down a classic hit. And then you turn around and you did things like Luther did, like he takes an original song and then make it better. Back on your Now or Never, what was it? Now or Never album, you did the I Can't Make You Love Me
Yes, sir. Yeah.
by Bonnie Raitt. What
Mhm.
made you do that particular song out of all the songs you could have took and tanked it, like turn your name into it? You know what I'm saying?
That was good. I
What
like that.
made you-
I like that. That was good. That was good.
What made you choose that particular song?
You know what? I wish I could take the credit, man. I'm sitting in the office and I'm playing the album for Atlantic, and Craig Kalman looks at me. He said, "You should cover I Can't Make You Love Me by Bonnie Raitt." And I was like, and I just looked at him. I was like, "Why would you say that?" He was like, "I just think you should do it." And I said, that song is a feeling connected to that song that every time I hear it, I just can't shake it. I can't audit it. Like it's just and it's hers. It's the original record, and I'm like, I'm so in love with that record. I just, and so when I went in to cover it, I actually tried to sing more like her than any of the covers that had ever been out, because
Really?
there's just an essence to her simplicity that I just thought was important for the record. And then, later on, they were like, "Well, can you add some of this? And can you put some background?" I was like, "Yeah, I can do that. I can do the tank thing that you want." I was like, "But I'm telling you, the power is just in me sitting there at the piano and singing that song straight ahead and letting the song be honest." And what's crazy is that when you say that, like when I used to go perform the song at like colleges and stuff like that, they thought I wrote the song. Like they were like, "We love the song you wrote and produced. I Can't Make You Love Me." And I'm like, "This is actually not me." And I had to give them the history on the record, you know what I mean? That type of thing. But the
Right.
song is so great that me singing it now is so powerful that people don't understand. It's not my song, but the song is that great that if somebody sings it well, you'll attach it to them and you'll think it's them. No, it's not me. It's the power of Bonnie Raitt.
Yep, and that's the same thing Luther did to the Superstar song that was written by the Carpenters.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
last question. You talked about singing at the piano with Omar Epps on your R&B Money podcast.
Yeah.
Tell me about that, because you said Buddy can sing.
Yo, it was
go ahead and elaborate
crazy.
one time.
We had a spring break. I'm singing backgrounds of Genuine. And so we back at the hotel, our spring break like show or what have you. And so we back at the hotel and see Omar, like, "What up, dog?" And I kind of just met him or whatever. We chopping up or whatever, just people hanging in the, back in there, everybody was hanging in the hallway. You know what I'm saying? With nobody going to their rooms. Everybody was in the hallway trying to see what's popping, get some drinks going, little hotel lobby party, like it was cracking. So me and my guy, Tex at the time, who was singing backgrounds with Genuine, we saw a little piano. We were like, "Man, let's get some vibes going." So, we get to the piano and we start singing, and Omar Epps walks over and is like, "Okay, that's what you're on." And we singing something like in 2-part, and he starts singing the 3rd part. And we look at each other like, "Hold up, nigga, no, hold up. You can't do that. You can't be the A-list actor and have the vocals too. Like you,
right?"
And we literally sat there singing and drinking for hours, and I had no idea Omar Epps had vocals. Had no idea.
That you gonna get him on the song? You gonna try to get him on the song?
He like, "Nah, I'm good. He don't do all that, but he can sing. Don't let him fool you and make you think he can't sing. That fool can sing."
That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, again, thank you for taking my questions and chopping it up with me for a few minutes, man. Keep doing what you're doing, my brother, and lock it down.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You on our greatest, so keep up the good work. Peace and blessings, bro.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank
you. Shout out to Q. Shout out to Q from Juice. Shout out to Q from Juice. You know what I mean? What up, C Styles? C Styles, you there?
Man, what's going on, man?
What up, Doc?
First of all, I appreciate you keeping it a groovy movie, man, with all these songs, man. It's a groovy situation, man. Everything from you done from the beginning, from Maybe I Deserve to Slowly to Please Don't Go. It's all been groovy movies. So I'm just waiting for the rest of the album so we can go ahead and put this shit to bed, man. Like, honestly,
bad.
like, I mean, the main question is what we doing, man? What we doing?
Listen, I'm getting it together. Listen,
Like
I'm gonna make sure you in them covers. That's my job.
like, listen, this is a groovy movie right here, man. We keeping the groovy movie over here. You got the groovy movie stamp of approval for me, man. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
let's get this thing going, man. Let's not waste no more time. And if you need beats, where do we send the beats to?
dtankb@yahoo.com.
Say less, man. Say less.
There it is. And send me all the groovies. I'll take care of them.
We got the groovy movies, man. We got the groovy movies, man. Salute.
Absolutely. My brother.
What was that email one more time? Tank, we'll throw that in the chat. You know, we got a lot of producers on here, you know?
Yep. dtankb@yahoo.com. DTANKB@yahoo.com.
Excellent. Thank you much. Thank you much for putting that out there for us.
Absolutely.
Miss Queen B, how we doing? How we feeling?
We're doing good. Hello.
Hey, Queen B, what's popping?
What's going on? You know, I heard that song again. Maybe I felt like he was just talking to me. You know, the song, not just like, the song is so like emotional, just makes you feel like you're talking to, you know, that female. But Control, I love the record. It feels timeless. Could you see Janet Jackson re-entering a moment like this in a way that it can move the culture forward?
Listen. If Janet Jackson even appears as if she getting off the couch, you know what I'm saying, or coming out of the mansion to pop out with me, I promise you, I'm gonna get it. I listen. I'm not going to leave that on the table by no means. I haven't had any indication yet, but I'm snooping around to see if I can get word that she's trying to be about this life. So I'm checking.
All right, you will be the hero, right? The hero. Also, what conversations do you feel that are missing on your podcast? What conversation would you like to discuss in the future that you felt haven't been discussed?
In terms of conversation, I don't think there are any conversations that we're not having, but I think we have to definitely make the space bigger and more inclusive for the newer R&B singers, songwriters, producers, choreographers, stylists. Like, because even though it is a pod that is dedicated to people who have been in the game for a while and have this extensive story, we also want to offer the platform to people who are trying to break in the game. You know what I mean? To people who want to be seen, people who don't have a long story, but they got a song to sing. They got a song that's moving a little bit, even if it's just on TikTok, or moving a little bit on social media, or it's starting to stream well, and they just want to have, if they can get 5 or 10 minutes just to say, I'm such and such, man, I'm up and coming, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, man, please look out for me. Here's my gram, here's my, like, that sort of thing is necessary because, it fuels it all. You know what I mean? And that may be the break that someone needs in order to get to that next level, to be that next superstar in whatever capacity that is, to help keep our genre moving forward. So I think that's our next goal, is to just broaden the spectrum in terms of who we have on, and giving these newer guys an opportunity to be there.
Awesome. That's wonderful. Thank you so much for taking my
question. Absolutely.
Tank, you got your hands in so many jars. I envision like your aura downtime. It's like you chill on the couch and some highness feeding you grapes. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, I wish you tell my wife to do that. You know what I'm saying? Well, now sit down, tell her to feed me some damn grapes. All right? You can tell her. You put that in the chat, put it in the atmosphere for me.
Shit. That's it. But what do you do in the downtime? What you know what I mean? Like I said, because you're such a busy man, and what's downtime for Tank?
You know what, man? I think I'd never been on a vacation until I met my wife. It was just crazy. You know what I'm saying? People are like, oh man, you've been in the industry so long. Where'd you go? I felt like 2 days in Miami was a vacation. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, man, I got work to do. I can't be out here. And she was the first one to be like, you know, we're gonna go somewhere for 5 days and do nothing. I was like, 5? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out like, what are we gonna talk about after day 2? You know what I mean? And so, you know, that was my first time ever unplugging and just enjoying, you know, the moment, just being in that moment with her and at the resort, in the pool, and the Dos Equis lights. You know what I'm saying? Like it's and so that's really what we do, man. We kind of take time away. Like we'll shoot and we'll go to Vegas and not do nothing. You know what I mean? We'll take the kids and shoot to Miami and not do nothing. I'm very good at disconnecting, you know, for a day, for days or for weeks. But the great part about it is that I've done so much work leading up to that point to where the work I've done continues to make it look like I'm still plugged in. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really not. And I think that's important for what we do, man. Like we gotta figure out rest and and that important time to disconnect. You know what I'm saying? And gather our thoughts and gather our spirit, and you know what I'm saying, and get back grounded, and then get back to the grind. It's very important that we do that because stress more than anything is taking people out. You know what I mean? You know, I used to tell my guy Jay all the time, you know, he'd be like, man, we got to get up early. You got to. I said, hey man, relax. Ain't gonna kill me. Absolutely not. So when I get up, I'm gonna turn my phone on, and if they want to talk to me, they'll still be there. That's how we rock.
100%, 100%. Brooklyn, thank you for your patience. I know you've had your hand up. We got Tank on with us.
Yo, what's up, Tank? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
What's good, man? First of all, I just want to say definitely appreciate you for you know, giving your time and actually giving that record. But I actually was, you know, doing some Grammy work this weekend, and you know, I got to talk to the CEO of, you know, the Grammys, and how he was talking about, you know, basically AI and you know how they're gonna kind of incorporate that into uh, you know, into the Grammys. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on, you know, AI entering into musical spaces. I know, you know, Timbaland signed an AI artist. And you know, how you feel about AI artists in general just entering, you know, the space of music.
I mean, listen, the advances in music or technology and in whatever creative space, like all these things have been happening since the beginning of time. I remember when it was frowned upon to use Pro Tools. You know what I mean? It was like, you know, we was offsetting tapes 2 inch. That's before your time. You know what I'm saying? You had to, when it was time to fly the backgrounds, you had to take a lunch and come back. And hopefully the backgrounds was flown after about an hour and a half. You know what I mean? Um, Everything was done on the board. Nothing was done in a box. You know what I mean? So there's been assistance and things in technology that have always been leading to this place. Um, AI is a thing that can be a tool, um, or it can be full representation. Just depends on how you want to rock it. Me personally, I'm not mad at none of that. If Timbaland wants to sign an AI artist, cool. Turn up. Let the AI artists do their thing. I'm gonna be somewhere doing a live show in person with some live people. That's my thing. I'm not really competing against the AI artists. You know what I mean? There was a thing where, like, you know, I'll even take it back to basics when they joined the charts, when it became the R&B and hip hop chart. Now, mind you, me and Jay-Z don't do the same thing by any means, but for some reason, we're on the same chart competing against each other. So, you know, we've been up against it for a very long time, you know what I'm saying, in terms of the unfairness of how all of these things kind of group together. But it's the terrain, man. It's the terrain. It's the course. It's the game we chose to play. And our job as professionals is to figure out how to navigate that terrain. So bring them all. Bring AI, bring the AI tracks, bring the AI songs, the AI singers, bring all of them. And you know, I'm gonna see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Because this human right here is really nice with it. Really, really nice with it. So,
Right.
and I'm letting all the humans know you're really nice with it. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that scare you. We've been here a long time. We're gonna be here for a long time.
Right, most definitely. And last question. I want to get your opinion on this because you know, podcast to podcast, I'm on podcast. And there's this debate always comes up about Chris Brown and Usher. Why do you think people compare those two? You know, just in the musical sense, do you see them as equals, or two kings in their own different lanes?
I see them in two different spaces. Usher came way before Chris Brown. You know, so to me, the reason for the comparison is because, you know, if you're talking outside of R. Kelly, there are two greatest R&B superstars. You know what I mean, in recent time, and so that's why the comparison is what it is. But they're also from two different times. You know what I mean? Ush had his time where he was dominating radio and dominating touring, and you know, and for the last 15, 20 years, Chris Brown has been dominating radio and dominating touring. So they've all had their time. They're all having their time. Chris is having his time right now, and he's the number one guy. You know what I mean? So I understand the comparisons. I'm not mad at the comparisons, but we also have to allow room for people to have their moment. You know what I mean? And not tear it down by comparison. It's okay to compare, but let's not look to tear it down by comparison.
Most definitely. I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
I think it's dope just kind of taking a page from that right there. You know, I think it's super dope that you are still having your time in this space. Tank.
Yes, sir.
I know we're a month out, but listen, happy belated. I know you hit that big 5-0 this year. You know what I'm saying? So that's something to be noted, because my boy's looking good. Tank's looking good over there. You know what I mean?
I drink a lot of water, man. I drink a lot of water.
We just stay hydrated. We just stay hydrated.
We stay hydrated.
That's the secret. That's the secret.
Yes, sir.
That's right. That's right. Let me throw it over to one of our elder statesmen up in here. DJ Old School. DJ Old School, what's up, man? I'll let Tank.
What's good? What's good, Tank?
DJ Old School. You already my guy.
Yeah, you're a youngster to me, so
Cut it out.
I was watching all. I mean, I've been following you ever since you came out. You know, even then I was, a mature man. Then I was in my 30s when you first came out and stuff. But
yes, sir.
Yeah, you had some dope stuff. This latest Control, I love it. I love
Thank
it.
You,
it's the joint. It's so smooth, and the way you interpolated that Control, you didn't just sample it. You just used the interpolation of it, and just dope the way you did that. And the question is based on that. Since you when you first came on, you said you was influenced, or your first song was with Jodeci, or Jodeci was like.
Jodeci was a major influence of mine, and I was a kid. I was a kid in church.
Yeah. So you were growing up listening to Jodeci and all that, but my mantra is that there has to be a foundation that's built, and R&B has a foundation that it's built on, and it didn't start with Jodeci. It started with Cam Calloway and going way back, the foundation. So my question is, you use that Control, which is in the 80s. Have you thought about reaching back further and using one of those songs as a foundation for some future music?
Man, let me tell you something I did in the beginning of my career that never saw the light of day. I did a live orchestra version of Distant Lover by Marvin Gaye. And it was crazy. Produced by J-Dub. It was crazy. It was so crazy that people didn't know it was me. People thought it was Marvin Gaye.
Oh.
And at that time, they were like, this is going to age you. It's too early in your career for you to do something like this. Man, I'm like, but it's crazy. It's dope, because I've been chasing that Marvin Gaye Distant Lover live scream since the beginning of my career. I've been trying to find that scream for a woman to scream like that for me. And so yes, to answer your question, I'm going to get into some of those foundational moments, you know what I'm saying, whether it be the Temptations and Four Tops and all of these things where, from a I'll say from a not a controversy type of thing, but when we pull from what's originally us, it kind of for some reason it's not received the same as when other people do it. You know what I mean? When other people do it, it's looked at as, oh, it's genius. Oh, it's amazing. They're tapping into the, and then when we do it, we're just old.
They're just not original. Oh, that's been done before. You can't build upon it. You know, like I say, that's the foundation. And what we're doing is building upon it. You got to build the walls and the windows and the roof. And that's what AI is, nothing but an antenna on top of the roof of all this foundation that we've already built. And so everybody's having a fuss about this AI, you know, but it's really just part of the building, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So to answer your question, yeah, man, it's unfortunate that when we do what is ours, it's not received or seen the same. And it's you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to say it without saying too much, because this is a celebration call. I ain't trying to get too far into that, but you understand what I'm saying. So I will get into those foundations soon enough. I promise you that.
Good. Looking forward to it. Thanks a lot for your question.
Yes, sir, brother.
Peace.
Well, listen, Tank, we definitely want to thank you for your time, man. Appreciate you pulling up the song, super dope. Before we let you go, the album, can you leak some features? We got some features that are popping up on there.
Not yet.
All right.
I listen.
All right.
I got the calls out. And I got I got my fillers out there. So I got my wish list, and a few of them actually do have the records. So I'm just waiting on them to, go ahead and bless your boy. Just waiting.
That's right.
Waiting on them. That's it.
Yeah, man. Well, we're definitely gonna be looking forward to it. See how we doing out there in New York, brother?
All is good, man. Good interview, good energy. So we're gonna keep it moving and grooving. It's a beautiful day. It's getting a little dark. Tank did his thing. Shout out to Tank. And yeah, we good. We good money.
Yeah, man. Yeah, before we let you go, Tank, I just want to say, I don't think there's a lot of artist comparisons, whatever, but I've always respected the fact that, like, you have always had your own sound. You've always had, like, your own lane. I've never heard you try to do anything like it sounded like anybody else. Like, you just have a unique, special, genuine voice and sounds and everything you do, man. So I just want to give you your flowers in that space for sure. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Well, I mean, listen, again, I made it as me, man. Thank God. And that's who I get to be. So
yeah.
That's the blessing. That's the blessing in my career, brother.
Yeah. No, I always say, do you? There's enough of everybody else out there. You know
Absolutely.
What I'm saying? So 100%. So we're gonna let you go, though, brother. Thank you again for your time. We'll definitely be looking for the album. DJs, like I said, if you trying to shoot, take some beats or whatever, we did drop the email in the chat. We'll put it up one more time. But thank you, man. Blessings to you for 2026. Keep doing your thing. Him and Miles Minnick on that one. That is a song that come with the game. Looking forward to see what he's gonna do for the Super Bowl performances. He is been matter of fact, big news. He actually just, because he's been very pro-independent, actually just signed a deal with Rock Nation. So aside from Jay-Z putting him on for the Super Bowl, pre-game performances and all that, whatever, he is now officially signed with The Rock. You know what I mean? So, we'll see where that takes his career. You know what I mean? Because he's been definitely working his thing. I know a lot of y'all, we've talked about it in the chats and whatnot, and the various people that have been spending guap on his latest project. He was trying to sell 100,000 records for the first month of January. He didn't succeed, but a lot of people were spending like 10 G's. The latest thing was like 18 G's from Gary V, who dropped bread on the project. You know what I mean? So, earning his keep. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna go ahead and pass things over to you, C. Unfortunately, I got a dip, but definitely shout out the one and only Raheem DeVaughn. I believe he's still here with us, keeping some R&B love going though. But much love to y'all. Y'all be safe, and you know what I mean. Enjoy the Super Bowl Sunday this week, man. But y'all bless up.
No doubt about it, man. Shout out to Raymond T. Shout out to everybody in the building. You already know New Music Wednesdays. We gonna keep it going, moving and grooving. Shout out to Tank for pulling up. That was real dope. And of course, we are moving here with our next great artist, legend, brother I met years ago, man, and to see him go beyond R&B, man, but still keep his roots intact and hold down a whole city, a whole area, the whole DMV. Raheem, you in the building, my brother?
Peace. What's going on?
What's going on? I'm trying to find you. I'm trying to see where you at. So crazy. There's some. Oh, I see you right there. No doubt.
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right. I see you. I see. I see. I'm gonna spotlight this real quick. Real quick. I don't know if you can turn your camera to the what do you call that? The landscape mode.
Yeah, yeah, I got you. Yep, yep, for sure.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, man. I see you, man. I see. Look at that, man.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Money
all
in
love.
the pocket, the mink moving and grooving, still keeping it real. We see you, man. We see you, man. We see you. First of all, how you been, man? It's been a while.
I've been blessed, man. You know, just working and staying focused on what I want to see, you know, manifest and, you know, just coming in hot for 2026 and ready to take it to yet another level, you know, a new chapter of my story, you know?
Yeah, man. How many years has it been now? Are we going into, are we 22, 23?
We're
What are
we're
we
in,
at?
we're in year 21 now officially. Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, 2025 marked the 20th anniversary of my first album, The Love Experience. But of course, I've been in the game for, you know, long before that, doing the mixtapes and, you know, part of some independent, you know, groups that I was part of and things of that nature. Just always had that indie spirit. You know, I've been independent though for the last 15 years now. I want to say maybe.
Mm.
Yeah. So you know, I'm like the R&B La Russell out here in these streets. You know what I mean?
Oh, shout out, and then shout out to you too, because the project is coming out on Even, which I think is awesome, man.
Yeah, I actually started using Even um after seeing how well it went for like La Russell as a case study artist.
Yes.
At the time, you know, which I went on to be. He's a top selling hip hop artist over there. I'm a top selling R&B artist over there, as far as you know, previous releases and things of that nature. So, and yeah, Even has been proven to be a great platform, you know, direct to consumer platform for artists like myself, like La Russell, any artist. You know, if you have, it's gonna really show you what you made of as it relates to like the fanship and how locked in your core audience is into like supporting you, you know, in
Yeah.
that space.
Yeah, but and then I like the fact, obviously that's like you're able to monetize before socials and all, I mean, before streaming and everything. But I like the way that your setup is a little different, where you're offering a little bit more than just an average fan release. Talk to us about like the NFC card that you're giving away with the project and some of the other unique things, because I think that other artists and people need to know like that you guys care more than just to give them straight music. You're actually building and giving I would say a super fan experience for a discounted price.
Yeah. I mean, to sum it up, man, you know, as far as like the music business is concerned, as artists, we've all, you know, unless you just were blessed and knew and had the right leadership, you know, and didn't sign the wrong paperwork, you know what I mean? Back in the day, like, you know, we all been taken advantage of at one space or another, you know, as it relates. You know, the latest is been streaming, you know, as convenient as it is. There's no secret what we get paid, you know, a fraction of a penny, so forth and so on. So, you know, I think COVID, you know, I've been independent long before COVID, but COVID really was an eye opener in a lot of ways. You know, I remember the night that I think that the Badu and 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 Jill did their verses. You know what I mean? It was kind of like, you know, it was during that time that like Badu spoke to the world and was just saying like, hey yo, this is the time like to do direct to consumer, and you know, our fate lies in our hands as artists. So, you know, CDs are coming back. You know what I mean? Like vinyl never left. Tape cassettes, the whole nine. I'm offering all of that, you know, on Even, exclusive, you know, access to the videos that are shot before the world sees them. You know, there's other like quirky, like, you know, very personable things that are happening. Of course, like opportunities to win, you know, concert tickets, hang out with me backstage. There's so many cool perks. You know what I mean? But the greatest perk is that, you know, it's putting value back into the art. You know, nobody sees what we spend, you know, in these recording studios or the light bill. If you got the studio at the crib and, you know, all the intricate things that go into creating a body of work. You know, the radio promo budgets, like all of the things, all these things cost. There's a cost incurred, there's an invoice that has to go out, the artwork, even when you're, you're self-sufficient and, may wear a lot of hats for yourself and, write it, produce it, mix it, master it. You know what I mean? There's still money that has to be, there's money not being spent in marketing and then important things that need to happen. You can't leverage what you need to leverage and, and touring and things of that nature. So, yeah, even it's been great, man. The NFCs, like, having ownership, again, I think COVID was just like a huge eye opener, even when you looked at like the NFT movement, and it's like cracking the code on like owning what I'm saying? It's bigger than it's one thing to own the master, it's another thing to be able to make the money off the master and see it back tenfold and all of the things, So I think my first release I did on Even, I had a little over like 500 people support, but we did somewhere between like 30 and 40 grand, over the course of like 12 months. And with me being an established artist already, I kind of coined the phrase exclusive catalog club. So I could put music over there that I don't ever have to put it out if I don't want to the world. You know what I mean? Like my following that follows me there has access to it. They can still enjoy it the same way you enjoy, Spotify, Apple Music. But the reward is so much greater. And then there's nothing beats that in a world of AI and all the conversations of AI, it's still proof that human connection is valuable and it'll last forever.
Got it, man. Good stuff, man. Wisdom and veteranship, that's what you get, man. You mentioned the NFT part of it. I always thought that's also another viable way for artists to really monetize their art. So that's what's up as well. I want to get into a record, man. Clearly you got a dope project coming out. Shout out to Even. Everybody should support and buy direct. Talk to us about You. I know it's been out just for a little bit, but I love the contest. I love all the remixes. But talk to us about You and why you made the song and where that inspiration came from.
You was a record, at the time I recorded the original vocal. Happened in Philadelphia at a Touch of Jazz, which is legendary DJ Jazzy Jeff's old studio hub that he had, in Philly. A lot of great memories there. We, in our circle, like myself, Mad Skill, Skills from VA, shout out to Skills, he just won a Grammy. A lot of those cats I met, through Jazzy Jeff, even down to Terry Hunter, who ended up being a producer of You. And we just put out a house version to commemorate and celebrate the 20th anniversary, of You as well. So there's a house version out as well, produced by Terry. It was one of those things as I was recording it, I felt like it was an anthem for women, since then I've made records like Woman, which was also an anthem for women. I try to make sure that I always have that one or two songs, every couple of years, to drop something that is that speaks to not just one woman, but all women, that speaks for women, from my mother to my grandmother to my, to my partner to, all the things, what I'm saying? The kid's mom, you know what I mean? Like, whatever, every woman out here, every walk of life, and I thought it would be great to re-record it. It was a business move too, because it becomes a new master. And
Here you go. Hold on. I love the game. I love the game. A lot of them may not know, but re-recording your master is a power move. Congratulations. Continue on.
Yeah, so I kind of got into that because there was a lot of back and forth. As the anniversary was approaching, there was a lot of really cool, dope things that I wanted to do. Although I knew my deal and I knew the structure of my deal, when I signed with Jive Records back in 2002, I had a lawyer. I understood the business. I understood publishing. I understood all of the key point, the bullet points of the deal. But one thing I never foresaw was that master, the owning the master versus leasing the ownership of the master, and that was like a 30 year wait, 35 year wait, for it to revert back, and it's like, why am I why having to go back and talk to a label now 30 years later that's not even that owns it, or inherited it, and to have to debate about them about what I can do with my babies that I created, umpteen years ago is crazy to me. So, I just changed up the script and said, yo, we took the album, took the original album, turned it into a mixtape, right? And put that up on YouTube, for people to enjoy. And I kind of just like talked about the process of the album. We just celebrated that on YouTube. And then I said, yo, I'm gonna do something that probably ain't been done but by a handful of people that I've seen do it and just be successful with it. Shout out to my brother Tank too, DMV native that was just on. I saw him do it as well, like a few years back, with a few of his nostalgic records that went number one. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of formulas out there. Nothing's new under the sun. And I think the toughest thing would be recreating it. You know what I mean? And like, what will the fans say? Can you recreate magic? Can you create some new magic and make something that's already been considered nostalgic, you know, new and fresh, but still not pull away from it. I think, and I can say that I superseded the expectations for myself of what what I envisioned it to be. It's a new vocal, new production. There's a few different BPMs, the 125 BPM out there, the Quiet Storm mix version, and it's been received well.
Well, let's get into it, man. That's what's up, man. Shout out to artists taking their power back, man, and re-releasing their own music. You got the game, man, and you showing everybody what to do. Let's get into this version of you. You already know it's Raheem DeVaughn, new music fire, boy. I'm telling you, man, the chat is on fire. Might hit harder than the original. Real talk, more musical. Is it? It's like it got more elements in this joint.
It's definitely more elements, live strings, and
Yeah.
we went in on the the program production as well, and then I mean, as humbly, like, I feel like I'm just a better vocalist. Like, I've grown tremendously as a vocalist in the studio, as a creative, when it comes to writing, and definitely on stage as well. So, and that's what I feel like longevity in this business is growth, but it's also consistency.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Shout out to everybody who's in the chat, all of the dope messages. We're going to send. I'll screenshot them and send them over because there's some positive energy. Let's get into it, man. D Skills, aka Divine Skills. You're on with the one and only Raheem DeVaughn.
Raheem DeVaughn, man, like, you're one of my favorites, brother. Like, I definitely love the new version of that song. That's like one of my favorite songs from you.
So,
Along with Woman and the joint you did with Floetry,
yeah,
Marathon,
yeah, Marathon, yeah.
And the joints you did with Sky Zoo. Shout out to Sky Zoo. That's
Yeah,
one of my
shout out to
favorite
Sky Zoo.
artists right there.
Yeah, we got a few.
Yeah,
Me and Zoo got a few, man. Yeah, for sure.
yeah. Sky Zoo is cool, man. I met him a couple times down here.
Yeah.
But one question.
Mm-hmm.
The Love Experience, man. Like, that's like my favorite album from you. Like, what was the process of that album, making that album?
I was just wearing it on my sleeve. I was talking about things that were going on in the world. That album is have conscious, have love.
Yep. Right.
It has all the elements of music. If you really know, at the time, the label was conflicted and just kind of figuring out, like, well, what do you categorize yourself? Are you a neo soul singer? Are you an R&B singer? Are you are you a rock? Do you do rock? Like, it was a lot of different. There was a lot of different elements on the album. So that's where I coined the phrase originally, the R&B hippie neo soul rock star. You know what I mean?
Right.
but you know, because they, you know, we talk about a record like Cadillac, which is like rock and
I love that
influence.
record.
Yeah, you know, influence.
You
You know,
wanna ride
yeah, I'm a big Lenny Kravitz fan. You know what I mean? You know, so there's elements of like, you know, Lenny Kravitz and Nerd at the time, and just different things that I like
Yeah,
that I enjoy listening
for
to. You
real.
know, Hendrix and you know, so you'll hear a lot of different elements in there. It's always me, but you know, if I'm in a mood to do a
Yeah,
rock song that day, that's what, you know, I do that. So, but more importantly, like the
yeah.
album was half conscious, half love. You know, I was big on that. You know, being a fan of socially conscious music and Bob Marley and
Of
Marvin Gaye.
course.
This was my first album, so I wanted to make sure I was putting my, I didn't want to be misunderstood, and I wanted to make sure I was putting my best foot forward, um, musically and creatively at the time, at the stage that I was in my life, and then the things that I was talking about, like, you know, on a record like Until, you know, the transparency about, you know, finding, you know, loving his baby and finding out that it's not your biological child. You know, it was just a lot going in my life. You know what I mean? So I chose to, you know, music is can be our heart
That's the one
healer.
with the Isley Brothers sample, ain't it? Until.
Yeah, and our
Yeah, I
therapy.
love that record. I love that
You
record.
know the Love Experience title track. You know, with the switch sample. You know what I mean? Like, even with the Love Experience, like, it's just things I was just, everything I was talking about on that record. You know, talking to a cousin that I had like lost. You know, to you know, the gun violence, and we had just connected, and like a week later, you know, I hadn't seen him in years, hadn't spoken to him in years. We just connected, and then a week later he was taken from me. You know what I mean? So like that. Again, you know, you take your adversities, you take the things that you go through, and you put them in the music. You know, it's not always matters of the heart that represent the love that we have. You know, the love that we've lost. You know, our connection with, you know, for God and the Creator. You know, all of these things are different shades, tones, and textures of love.
Word.
But I just want to say, man, I love the new version of the record, even though I like the older version. It's still one of my favorites, man. I'm waiting on some new music from you. And one last question.
Yeah.
You and Black Thought gonna do something again? Cause I also like that record y'all did on the last Roots album.
Yeah. Got two on the last Roots album. Absolutely, man. You know me. It's a couple of records I got I got a whole album recorded with Snoop that the world has never heard. I got enough records with Styles P from the Locks in the
One of my
can.
favorites right there.
I got music with you know, with the artists you just mentioned. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot
Yeah.
of things. It's a lot of things brewing. You know, with Black Thought. There's some records with me, Black Thought, and oh man, my man from Chicago. Why I can't remember? It's crazy that I can't think of his name right
It's
now.
my Common, right?
Nah, not Common.
Lupe?
Did Jesus Walks with Ye.
Ron Fest.
Ron Fest.
My man
Ron
Ron Fest.
Fest.
Thank you. There's a brain freeze. It's all this snow out here and ice, right? but yeah, Fest is Fest has been a long time friend, fan, you know, mentor as a writer. You know, we've done community work together as well. And yeah, so we got some records, man, that just laying around. You know what I mean? But yeah, I actually want to do a album with the Roots, man. You know, we talked about it some years ago. Quest just reached out to me about something that they want me to do, you know, in New York soon for them, and I plan to, you know, revisit that conversation.
My father is a longtime Roots fan. So I just want to wrap it up and say, man, good luck. Good luck to your success. I hope you come down here and do a show down here one day and check you out.
Yeah, and, absolutely.
Peace and blessings, bro.
Yeah, peace and blessings. Thanks for the love.
No problem.
Word up. DJ Sweets, Brooklyn's own.
What's good? How you doing, Raheem DeVaughn?
Peace, man. How you?
I'm all right. I'm good, brother. Had the pleasure of you headlining our summer stage show a couple years ago on Coney Island, Funk Flex birthday party.
Yeah.
Amazing performance. That was a dope night.
Show.
Yeah. Amazing performance. So you talked about human connection earlier, and that was great because that was my segue. You have an amazing connection with the fans, and they have an amazing connection with you back. How does
Thank you.
that inspire you, not only when it comes to live performances, but also your creativity and that process as a whole?
You know, my process is unorthodox, but it works for me. You know, a lot of shout out to the City Winery for allowing me to come in year after year and do 2 shows a night, which is a lot of work. I might add, you know, I'm feeling like a young James Brown out here at times. And it gives me an opportunity to work out the kinks and see what works night after night and pull from that. I study comedians. You know what I mean? I study, Dave Chappelle is everything to me. You know what I mean? Richard Pryor is everything to me. Eddie Murphy. I could go on and on, right? But I study a lot of my favorite comedians and the timing and the things that they possess a very unique skill set. You know what I mean? That and also taking acting classes as well. Has helped me tremendously in terms of being able to connect with the audience. It's everything for me. No audience is the same, so I figured that no show should be the same. And a lot of times you have your set list and the things you're doing, but there's a lot of improv that's happening. I feel like it should be entertaining. In some cases, some may say I go over the top, but I'm just having fun up there at the end of the day, and making sure that it's very important to me that, especially in a climate of where the world is, and I need to have a sense of escapism for the vices and the things that we enjoy. It's important to me that connection is made, and that you don't feel robbed and cheated. You know what I mean, of the experience, and just coming out and just like half-assing it, or just going to for a lot. Some artists, they come out, they just grab the bag and keep it moving, and they on to the next city. You know what I mean? So for me, it's an experience. We want to turn up. Not only on stage, but then we do community work as well. And then, after the shows, the after party, there's always a meet and greet, and being able to, go direct to consumer on different merch, and just like touching the people, you know what I mean? But I really enjoy what I do, though. I hope that people see that, they walk away feeling like, oh man, like I feel like I want to, when I touch the stage and I leave the stage, I want people to feel how I felt when I saw Prince for the first time. You know what I mean? Or how I saw, when I first saw the Roots, which is, to me, they're like the hip hop Rolling Stones of the culture, but like hip hop version of the Rolling Stones. Like, but performance, and then my history with like being, I was born in Jersey, but growing up in the DMV area, and my connection to go-go and the go-go community, so much that I have a go-go band now too. Live performance piece has always been a very unique thing for us. You can't not be a performer and be from the area and be from the DMV and not be a great performer. And I think, there's definitely something in the water when it comes to that for us. My first gig, introduction to the music business, was singing background for Genuine. And this is a young Genuine. This is Genuine in his prime. We did the Janet Jackson tour. I had the opportunity to be on that tour with him, and NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, and just like to see him like cross over into that space, while still being true to like to R&B and what his love for it. And then coming out of that innovative camp of like Timberland and Missy, and like, but G's from the area, Tank is from the area, like, Marvin Gaye was from DC, so these are things that we have to we have to aspire to inspire now, but I was inspired by something, and I hope that people see that and connect with that live.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Dope stuff. I was gonna interject, but I'm not. I'm gonna let the brothers and sisters continue on. Shout out to Quantum Leap Radio. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, what's going on, Raheem? The call knows that my main focus in music is not R&B, but you said something when you mentioned Jazzy Jeff and him introducing you to people. And I realized I do have an album from you. I have the Lovesick record that came out a few years back.
Yeah, Apollo Brown. Yeah.
So, and I'm wondering, is that one of the people that Jazzy Jeff introduced you to, or how did you guys link up?
Nah, I connected with Apollo through Sky Zoo.
Okay. Who's on the record?
Me and Sky Zoo got enough records kind of like floating around, like that he's done. You know, I'm on this album, on that. We got enough. It could be an album. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's my guy. Like when I'm in Atlanta, and you know he'll reach out. His parents pull up, come to the show. They'll bring me food. You know what I mean? Like, he just. But again, I admire. He's another one that's just like really stuck to his guns in terms of being independent and being able, and knowing how to navigate in a space that like is not, you know, and make it look easy. You know what I mean? Yeah. That whole connection came about. They were somewhere overseas or something, or somewhere in the studio, and they were having a conversation. Legend has it, and they were having like a "what's next for you" in music conversation, and Apollo basically told Skyzoo something to the effect of, "Man, I've done everything that I wanted to do. I worked with everybody I wanted to work with in the business. If there's anything I could do, it would be I would do an album with Raheem DeVaughn." And he was like, and then he went into the why and all the things, right? And then he finished off by saying, "But man, that'll never happen. That's that's." And then this guy was like, "Nah, like from what I know, he's like a hip hop head. Like you know what I mean? Like the circles he runs in. Like I've been on, you know, I've worked with Ghostface numerous times, Raekwon,
of course.
You know, Method Man. One of the first records that I was on with Raekwon and Meth, that was produced by Kenny Dope, who I met through DJ Jazzy Jeff. But my connection to Apollo in particular, it came through Sky Zoo, and Sky Zoo said, not only do I'm pretty sure he'll do it, I can call him and get him on the phone because that's my man.
Right. Direct, right there. Yeah.
So I mean, he called. It was like a thing. Like he called me and was like, "Yo, you know my man Apollo." Da 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 da. I said, "Yeah, I know his work out of Detroit." Yeah, it was like, yeah. I was like, he's like, "You want to do an album?" I was like, "Okay, let's do it." Right. And it just like, you know what I mean? It just like came. It just organically happened. I probably now at the time we were in two different cities, and then you know, I think it was that before COVID or during COVID?
The album came out in 21. So
well, okay, boom. So we started. He sent me tracks. I did the album probably like the meat and the core of it. I did over the course of a few days.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. Like you know, I was in. He sent it to me. He sent them to me in order. So he had an order already in mind too. Okay. So it just made it easy. And I was like, oh, this is challenging. So I might bounce around, and I would gravitate to what I would gravitate to. But then once I knocked out that track, I put it in that order where he had it, and then you know put the jigsaw puzzle together. He would have preferred to be in the same room as I would have, but life and the world, you know, being at a standstill because of COVID and all the things that didn't allow us to do that. And but we still got it done, man, and we made something that's very nostalgic and that you know both you know R&B, soul, hip hop lovers and you know can enjoy it. It's a fusion of that.
Yeah, man. I definitely thought the album was dope. Like I said, as you was talking, I forgot that I even had that in the collection. I will say this though, man. I noticed when D Skills asked you about Black Thought, you were a little hesitant to say something, and in my mind, my spidey sense was tingling. Like, I wonder if he can't say anything right now. Because I listened to Questlove Supreme, and Questlove has talked about things that are happening this year, and maybe Raheem DeVaughn can't say what he might be a part of.
Nah, it ain't even. It just sometimes when people associate me with people like I was the kid that was the guy that was like the young adult. You know, I'm the guy that was in the front row at the Roots at the 930 Club before the world knew my name, like faithfully. Like you feel me? Like part of my story was like you know people thought I was from Philly because I would go crash Black Lilies. You know what I mean? But because I wasn't from there, like it was very close knit. So it was like, okay, who's the guy from DC that we're gonna throw him on at the end or whatever? You know what I mean? Like everything really opened up for me. You know, doing Bar None here in DC at the time, which was an open mic, and I met the legendary Kev Brown, who was working with who was working with an artist by the name of Cy Young. And they pulled me to the side and said, hey, can we talk to you for a minute one night? And they're like, yo, we've been in Philly working with Jazzy Jeff, and we want to take you to go meet Jeff and take you up to Philly. He's working on the album, and we just know that he would like love your vibe. That's how I met Jazzy Jeff.
I forgot. Yeah, you on the Magnificent record. I forgot about that.
I'm all over it. I'm all over it. You know what I mean?
I forgot about that.
That's why I met Eric Roberson for the first time. Jill Scott. Right. You know, all the guys. Vidal, Dre. I think Carvin and Ivan dipped through there once or twice and met them. You know, I was little Raheem with the book bag that was from DC that would come up. I infiltrated, like, you know, but I would have never met Jeff if it wasn't for like Kev Brown and like Cy Young and then once I met Jeff, then that's, you know, I met you know, he sent me to work with Kenny Dope, you know, and Louis Vega, because he had an artist V at the time who had a house record that I wrote. You know, I penned and I locked in with Kenny. Kenny was the first person. Kenny Dope was the first person though to ever to let me know my worth though.
Okay.
Cause we're like you know, cats will have you come in the studio and do things and, you know, maybe not toss you nothing or toss you a quick 200 or whatever, and then, you know, you gotta chase them down about your publishing and all that. Like Kenny was like, I remember we worked like. We did a session like maybe like 2 days and rested, came back, whatever. I did a number of things, but he would just pull up things and be like, hey, I'm gonna pull up something and let me know what you hear on it. And he was just like blown away that I didn't write things down. I worked quick. I was professional. I was not easily distracted by anything. And I come up, you know, I take the train up, I figure it out, get there. And yeah, he was the first person to like, I said, oh man, just give me 200, 300. And he was like, nah. And I thought, man, he might hit me with like 5 bands that day or something. Like, I was like, oh.
Right.
This is what, you know, and we had a real conversation. So those guys, man, they're big brothers to me. I'm indebted to them forever. And like, it's nothing they can't call me to do. You know, me and Kenny just finished up an album that we've been on BBE. It's a Marvin Gaye album. I can't say what it is yet, but it's an entire album. We got a couple of things in the can with BBE. I was just part of the Gil Scott Heron project that BBE did with Kenny Dope. Like those guys are just, man, it's all fam, man. It's all fam, you know?
No, that's what's up, man. I just, like I said, I thought you couldn't say anything because I believe something will be dropping from Quest and the boys this year, but it will be different. I expect to possibly see you on there or hear you on there.
That's fam, man. Like, you know, I spent the day, you know, creating those records for the album. You know, shout out to Raymond Angry, who was the producer of that. And you know, I spent the day with Quest and, you know, their old manager, Rich, who passed away.
Yeah, rest in peace, Rich Nichols,
who was like the fifth Beatle. If it wasn't for Rich, I wouldn't have been on that album. Rich, and at the time, it's so crazy because I didn't know that Rich was I didn't even know that Rich was transitioning. I don't know if anybody knew. And if you go back and listen to a man with no future. Mm. That song, Rich was adamant about the title. Mm. But then he let me do my thing, the hook and write the hook. But he came up with the title, A Man with No Future.
Okay.
The song was about him. We just didn't know we were writing the song about him.
Right.
So it's just like, you know, it brings me to, he passed right before the album dropped. And so it's just like, you know, Rich was a gem, man. And you know, it's because of him that I was part of that and connected with Black Thought and those guys. Yep.
Well, man, look, I look forward to see what you got going on, man. Like you said, you brought up Jazzy Jeff, the Magnificent album. Like I said, I forgot you were on that record as well. But man, do your thing, man. I appreciate you being on Digiwaxx today, man.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all, man. This is a legendary time right here. You know what I'm saying? Digiwaxx, you know?
No doubt.
Yeah.
Word up. Shout out to Raheem, man. When we first started, bro, you was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Giving us music to the thousands of DJs out there. Like,
man, jacking the beats. I'm the first, you know, singer to make the mixtapes and all that, you know? So
That's right, man.
Yeah.
All right. So I hope you got a little time because I do want to play another song real quick.
I do. Yep.
we got some other great people. Shout out to DJ Big Red, Brittany, DJ Headrush.
Yeah.
Let's get into 20 Lessons of Love.
Yeah.
And before I play it, just tell everybody, your reasoning and what the song's about.
Man, these days, when you've been doing as long as I have, it's challenging at times to your creativity is constantly challenged, right?
Yeah.
The penmanship is constantly challenged. Great friend of mine says, every day we evolve and repeat. Evolve or repeat, excuse me. You know what I mean? So you either evolving or repeating. Only time you that you need to repeat is to evolve. Right? If you're going to repeat something, it needs to be the steps of where evolution is in there, right? And 20th anniversary just had happened. We were doing to do this tour run, and we were trying to figure out what we are going to call a tour run. And my business partner, Tone Walters, calls me and says, "I got it. What do you think about 20 Lessons of Love?" And he was like, "Yeah, 20 years." So I'm like, 20 Lessons of Love tour? I said, "Oh yeah, only thing missing is the song." And I called my man KP probably that night and said, "Yo, I need a track." I told him what I wanted to feel like, what we was going for, nostalgic 90s groove, with my ingredients, what I do now. And yeah, man, it came together rather quickly, and that became the anthem of the tour. You know what I mean? And we put it out. 20 Lessons of Love. We put that out, man, back in November, and it's my most streamed song weekly and monthly right now. You know what I mean? So it's doing well.
Dope. Well, let's get into it. This is 20 Lessons of Love by the one and only Raheem DeVaughn, who's in the building. Check it out. Man, straight music.
That's definitely a groovy situation over there, man. For real,
no doubt. You should see everybody up in here all chilling out, mellowed out and shit. We ready to get some drinks. What's good with some of that rum punch?
Look, this R&B. I told you this shit was gonna come back 360, man. I told you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I gotta be honest, man. I be like, I'm sort of upset because I'm like, yo, these records should be getting like much more support, and it angers me because I'm like, yo, this is a non-deny. You can't deny this song. You know what I mean? And I just say, don't stop pushing it because it's a great song. It's not a good song. It's a great song. And we got your back for sure. I'm gonna definitely shake. We're doing a radio thing up here today, so I'm gonna play it while everybody's here, shake up the room and whatnot, and let everybody just feel the energy. Shout out to we got Hot 97, Power 105, WBLS, Sirius XM, and a whole bunch of others. Radio One, they'll all be up in the building. Before I let Brittany go, or actually, I think what you call was next, DJ Red, Big Red. You mentioned something before. You actually said something, and I don't know if you realize, but your connection to DC is so crazy. You mentioned your start at the what was that, the Club 9 or 9 a.m. club?
Yeah, they changed it a couple of times, but Bar None, it was called. Yeah, when I was there. Yeah, yep.
Shout out to what was that, 14th Street? No, 14th and U.
Yeah, it's right there, 14th and U. Yeah, right across from Republic Gardens. Yeah.
I remember that, Republic Garden and all of that. But then you mentioned how you started, I guess you were singing backgrounds for Genuine.
Yeah.
You touched a little bit. I think you had mentioned somebody else, but your connection to DC, you've touched so many people, and you're obviously like, so dope that you have a radio show on HUR. The legendary HUR. You have a Quiet Storm on that. All the music that you see, all the things that you touch. Anybody coming out of the DMV that's on your radar, musically, on the R&B side that you're checking for?
Oh man, everything. And look, I just saw that Brent Fires just announced he's got a project dropping that Raphael Sadiq executively produced. Like he's dropping on the 14th or the 13th. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of glad I'm doing the even release because it's a lot of music coming out. Jill's coming out in a few days. I think it's a great time for music. It's a great time as it speaks to the testament of like the culture and what's happening. You know what I mean? There is it's quite, I wouldn't call her like R&B. You know what I'm saying? She's like hip hop. She's a fusion of a lot of different things. She produces. Her name is Neptune 21. Definitely keep your eyes and ears out for her. Out of the area. It's a lot of new talent. You know what I mean? In the city, emerging talent is making waves. Nucci from Front Porch. I know everybody knows Nucci from Front Porch, but Nucci already had a deal with Atlantic and is currently independent, and he can tangle with the best of them. You know what I mean? When it comes to those bars, you know what I mean? So, MC and yeah, so it's just like a lot of dope, a lot of dope stuff happening, man. I keep my ear to the street. I don't want to leave anyone out in particular. You know what I mean? 'Cause you never know where this is gonna land. But everything that's moving, um, in DC, whether it's hip hop, soul, R&B, I'm supporting it. You know what I mean? I show love to it. To be part of the HUR family now and to take over the original Quiet Storm that I grew up listening to. Where Melvin Lindsay started. Shout out to Kathy Hughes, who Kathy Hughes is the one who came up with the idea and gave it to Melvin. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's just again to even know that and to know what Kathy means to DC. I'm over at HUR, but fam, it's all fam to me. You know what I mean? Whether you're talking, where I'm at the station or iHeart or just whatever the format, right? Like, I've always gotten the love and I've always shown the love. So, um, it's 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 uh it's been great to see how me being on the radio has been received, and then I was just I was just a kid with a dream. You know what I mean? Young brother with a dream. You know, that wanted to, sing the soul and the R&B. And always had that radio itch though. And right now I'm just living out my childhood fantasies. I'm on radio, my childhood dreams rather. I'm on radio. I have a go-go band. They call it the Crank Crusaders. So definitely keep your ears out for that because we're going to definitely take this thing national, and do it in a way that it hasn't been done yet. All while, you know, rocking with some of the legendary bands. Some of the most legendary bands have been around for 30, 40, 50 years. Some of these bands been around. So for me to say I have a go-go band, I'm just a puppet. You know what I mean? But I'm enjoying it. We just got nominated for 2 go-go awards in the city this year, which is a big thing for the city if you know the culture and know the sound. So yeah, man, it's all humble journeys. Sister named by the name of Yazara is really dope. Granique, which is a name that the industry may remember. Started out with Kadar Massenberg. I've been there with her working on some things as well. So if it's from the city, either I already know about it, or I just ain't heard it yet.
Awesome, man. Man, shout out to DC. Shout out to
Yeah.
go-go music, man. Shout out to the sound of DC and the DMV. That being said, DJ Big Red, we're gonna let you do your thing, and then we go to Miss Brittany Cherry after that. Hey, I appreciate how you real low.
Let me turn myself up. How about now? I'm good.
There you go. You sound way better, brother.
Way
Yes,
better.
sir.
Appreciate it. All right. Thank you for being on the call today, brother Raheem. Just want to say, listening to the music and redoing it over sound good. And it's 20 lessons.
Yeah, 20 Lessons of Love, yeah.
20 lessons of love.
Yeah.
That right there was it right there, man. Just letting you know.
Thank you, brother.
I put in the chat. I
Yeah.
put the burning hearts in the chat, man.
Yeah.
You gonna burn some hearts with that one. Just let you know
Yeah.
that. So 2 questions, my brother, for you, man.
Mhm.
Question number 1. Let's go back in time a little bit.
Mhm.
Secret Garden.
Mhm.
Give me some about Secret. How did that come about for y'all to do the remake
Yeah.
of Secret Garden? How did that
Yeah.
happen?
Yeah, shout out to Omar Wilson. That was curated. It started with Omar, and his team reaching out and saying like, "Hey, we want to do this remake of this nostalgic song and have you part of it." Lou, who's his day-to-day guy out there. Lou out in Connecticut. Me and Lou started bouncing. I said, "I'm in," but who else we getting? You know what I mean? He started kind of like we bounced a few names around. He already had a relationship with Sean from Boys to Men, and then we went out on a whim and like reached out to Cisco, and it all kind of came together. You know what I mean? It came together lovely. Shout out to Omar, because that was a great pivot for him. You know what I mean? And I think it was a pivot for all of us, but most importantly for him. You know what I mean? Because it was something that he wanted. It was a vision that he sought out to see happen, and we made that happen. You know what I mean? So I'm all about like connecting with my peers and lifting my brothers and sisters up and supporting. It's enough screams and panties to go around and be thrown to the stage. So I'm never gonna not like support anything that's like R&B or soul that I could be part of. You know what I mean? Like music as a whole. You know what I mean? So I'm always looking to collab. Typically, if you ain't heard it yet, it's because they ain't reached out. Because I'm down. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My last question to you, and so back in the day, they did a version. Well, back in the day, we had Men of Vision, which was all of the R&B male artists. All right.
Yeah.
Will we get a 2026, 2027 led by you? Will we get a reinvention of Men of Vision? Can we get something like that, my brother?
Or like a LSG. I get what you're saying. Like, yeah. I mean, it's definitely been some talk of it. You know what I mean? Like I've been in for years. I've been on Anthony's back about it. Anthony Hamilton. I've been on. If you want to go ahead and call him out, I'm calling out Anthony Hamilton.
Let's do it.
We're gonna start with Ant. All right. I'm calling out my brother Eric Roberson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm calling out my brother Dwelle.
There we go. Come on, let's get them out. Come on.
You know what I mean?
Folks for that.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's a few more. You know what I'm saying? But I can see, the synergy there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I can see it being, there's something there. You're trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm definitely down to be in a super group though. Do super group. I mean, what I don't want to do is go steal members from another super group. I can easily say Tank, but then I'll be taking, you know what I'm saying? I'll be taking Tank from, Tyrese and
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like it would be cool. Like that we saw that when they did Men of Vision. I believe that's the giant group with they did it for the American Music Awards. I can't forget.
Okay, yeah. I got it.
It was the song that was on Jason's lyric soundtrack.
Oh, you talking about You Will Know,
Best Man.
which
was it Best Man?
It was
You Will Know.
You Will Know. Yeah.
It was You Will Know.
It
was Jason's little soundtrack. And the thing about that is, for people that don't know, fun fact, D'Angelo was behind that record. D'Angelo wrote and produced that record. And
if you listen to the end of the song, he says, "Help me, D, sing the song."
That's help him singing the song. He's ad-libbing at the end of the song too. But he wrote that song, and I think they put him. I think Kadar ended up putting him with Brian McKnight, the co-producer.
Yes, it was Brian McKnight.
Yeah, Brian McKnight, yes.
And he was at the end of the video playing in the video. He's playing the organ at the end of the video.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. Yep.
It's Black Men United. That's the name.
Black Men United. This is thank you.
Yeah. Rest in peace to D'Angelo. Yeah. Rest in peace to D'Angelo. Legendary.
And thank you. That's my questions, man. Appreciate you, brother. And much more success on your career. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep on being alive, baby.
Yes, sir. Power to the people, for sure.
Indeed. Got Miss Brittany Cherry. Miss Brittany.
Hello, Raheem DeVaughn. How are you?
I'm good. How you? It's good to have some beautiful queen energy. How you doing today?
Thank you. I'm good. It's good to see you. I am going to keep it brief.
Okay.
I did enjoy my time living in DC. I was a Northeast baddie.
Okay.
And you are very beloved in the DMV area. I mean, everywhere I went, your song was playing somewhere.
Yeah.
And I want to show love to Customer, because that's how I was introduced to your music, and I was in college at the time. So I'm glad that we're talking about D'Angelo, rest in peace, because I couldn't help but notice the Grammy tribute to him, and I kept thinking they dropped the ball by not having you on stage. Like, I thought that you would have been amazing because I saw your front porch performance last year.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was like the energy that stage the Grammy stage needed. So
Yeah.
had you had the opportunity to perform one of D'Angelo's songs, which one would you have done and why?
Oh man, I would have done whatever they asked me to do. You know what I mean? Like I think, you know, I'm gonna assume one, I wasn't in LA, and a lot of people were asking about my whereabouts in LA, and that could have been one of the things they were asking for. You know, I'm finishing up the project, and I had gigs, you know, prior commitments and things of that nature too. But yeah, like I would have sang whatever they, you know, whatever they asked. You know, I would have got in where I fit in. I did love the fact that they used they used people he did have a connection with. You know, both Ant and Bilal started out with him. You know, singing background. You know, in their journey in music, that was one of the things that they did. So I think they did you know, they honored him well. You know what I mean? I would love to have been part of that. I'm a firm believer that you know, everything where you supposed to be is where you are. You know what I mean? So yeah. But thank you. The thought is flattering, definitely.
Okay. And like one last question. If you look back on your catalog, which song do you think defines who you are as an artist? If you just had to pick one song.
Man, pick one song that defines me as an artist.
Yeah.
Man,
it's a tough question because you have so many great songs, but I think
there's a
that
lot of songs. I would say, not to be cliche, I would say 20 Lessons of Love, you know, in real time. You know what I mean? As far as like, yeah, I would say 20 Lessons of Love. Because of like the, you know, the backstory and this like and even what I was going through in real time in that situation, like just, you know, it's love is it's a really lesson. It's you know what I mean? Like, and I just talk about love when it comes to matters of the heart. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's a word we loosely sometimes throw around, not honoring what the good and the bad and the ugly that comes with it.
Yeah, we could do a whole TED talk on love, but yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
We having a TED talk over here about it. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. All right, we got two more. Shout out to Queen B. Queen, you're coming on next. Head Rush, you go, and then we got. Actually, I'm sorry, Queen, you go next, and we'll have Head Rush go. He'll bring it up and finish. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No problem. Just wanted to just say that I really love the song 20 Lessons of Love.
Thank you.
And I could recall 2020 when we just started Digiwaxx New Music Wednesdays, Mr. Midnight came on. We played Mr. Midnight, and I just wanted to say rest in peace to Champagne Legend. It was one of his favorite songs.
Oh man, rest in peace.
He would be in a chat, Mr. Midnight. So I just wanted to just connect us to the Digiwaxx New Music Wednesdays crew and just say, keep doing your thing. I hear your name in so many different circles.
Yeah.
Phaedra, I think he was performing with Phaedra. I recently did an interview with her as well. So just keep doing your thing. Love the connection with the fans.
Thank you.
Dope. And brother Head Rush, go ahead.
What's up, everybody? Salute to you, Raheem DeVaughn, sir. Thanks for jumping on with us.
Yes, sir.
Queen B, me and you were on the same thing because me and Legend was tight, and we always talked about music that you made. And Mr. Midnight was one of his favorite songs. I was going to address you as AKA Mr. Midnight, but Queen B, she took the words right out of my mouth, man. But I appreciate your journey, man, since day one in the music industry. And when you brought up a super group, the first thing came to mind, because you brought up Eric Roberson earlier. My favorite Eric Roberson song is Lessons. Yeah. And you did a remix with him, Anthony Hamilton, and Kevin Ross. Yeah. And I was like, when you said supergroup, I'm like, y'all already got it.
And that was the name I would say. Definitely, if there's anybody I know that can hold their own, you know, right now in real time, it would be Kevin. You know what I mean? We get a lot of bang for our buck because he's a producer, he's a writer, he's a vocalist, he's a performer, he's all the things, you know. And that's little bro. And he's from the DMV. So it's
exactly. Man, please put them up on game about who Kevin is, man. Like Buddy came a long way from doing Target commercials. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think I would love to see you and him do more projects together. and
Yeah.
even an album together
Yeah.
because his last project was a banger. Like
Banger.
God is a
Nah,
genius.
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like all of his new, he had even got an Afrobeat track on there, and I'm like, man,
Yeah.
Raheem, where you at? I need you
And
on
he's
these.
written some big records for a lot of people, Trey Songz and a lot of other people too.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
yeah, Dead Wrong and a couple other tracks, man.
yeah.
Like, brothers, y'all are some
Yeah.
monsters, man. Y'all don't understand how influential you are to a brother that can't sing a lick, but I know all the songs. You see what I'm saying?
My man.
So I appreciate you. I do have one question while we're talking about your journey. How did you end up linking with Boney James to do Maker of Love? That's one of my wedding songs, by the way. Every time I have a wedding,
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
a jazz mix and I slide that in there, and
Yeah.
they love it because it starts off the steppers grooves. So how did
Yeah.
you end up with Boney James in the studio for that one?
Me and Boney met off Instagram or Twitter. Like it was like social media. I reached out, he reached back. I grew up on Boney James. I don't even know how old Boney is. Like you know what I mean? He's cuts like doesn't age, right? But
Yeah.
I legit like my mother. I learned about Boney, who Boney James was from listening to my mother and listening to WHUR. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then seeing him like, you know, with Prince or this cat, you know what I'm saying? You know, and he reached out, man. He sent the track over, and you know, he'll go and tell he has his version of the story. He was like with the demo, what he thought was what he would have referred to as the demo ended up being the you know the you know top melody that he kept and all the things. You know what I mean? Like I was like, yeah, man, I don't do. I was like, man, I feel like I sent it back. He was like, I feel like. He said, I feel like you know. The work is all on me now. Like, there's nothing else for you to do. Like, is this a dip? I was like, nah, that's the vocal. Like, you know, enjoy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, because you know, time is money, man. And like, more importantly though, like time is the one thing we all running out of. So I wanted to, you know, I got it back to him quick, and he loved it, and you know, went on to be a great top 20 record for us, a recurring record, and you know, record that people hear at the weddings and perform, you know, perform it in the set and all the things, man. So thank you for that.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. A lot of folks don't understand. Boney James is like the Bobby Caldwell of jazz. You don't know what he looked like until you pull him up. You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
He's been tricking me.
Yeah.
Last question, my brother. So when you did Bulletproof with Luda, that was Ballhead Ryan, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
What was your reaction when you heard Yo Gotti put it on his Cocaine Music 7? Did he reach out and say, hey, can I use your vocals on this song? Or did he just jump on
heard it. I just heard it through the streets, you know, say I didn't, you know, I'm a Yo Gotti fan, you know, I get in that mode sometimes, you know what I mean? So like, you know, it was flattering, you know, he put his own spin on it. You know, it's a Curtis Mayfield sample, you know what I mean, as well. So it was a lot, you know, but we didn't press it, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna press him for the, like, you know, there's a mixtape out of that, got many a beat and did things that people ain't pressed me for. So, you know what I mean? I took it as like, all right, compliment, cool, whatever, and kept it moving, you know?
Paying it forward. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Giving back. That's what's up, man. Salute to you. Keep keeping on. And I hope this here album or a project or even just a song with you and Eric and Kevin, or even just you and Kev.
No doubt.
Let's get it, man. For real.
Definitely working on that.
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to it. Peace.
Peace.
Dope stuff, man. Amazing today, man. I truly appreciate everybody. Truly appreciates you pulling up. Just great everything, man. Great strategy for the new release. Awesome career.
Thank you.
You know, awesome to your dedication to DC and to music beyond. Everything's been great, man. And I just want to say thank you for supporting us in the beginning. And after 20-something years, you know, for us to still be able to get up even on Zoom, I'm very appreciative of that, man. I have a friendship with you like that. So then thank you for everything. Everybody, please support Raheem's latest project. Definitely incredible from everything I've heard. I mean, everything he put out is pretty fire, man. So everybody, man, please support by playing the music. And anybody that wants to get in contact with you, Raheem, you know, let them know whether it's management or somebody We'll make sure. I know a lot of radio stations on here, a lot of people have platforms.
Yeah,
So
I think LeBron is on the call, and everybody's familiar with
yeah,
LeBron. You
LeBron
you could be the
definitely
point. You could be the point person. You know what I mean? Like, everything's self-contained over here. LeBron's definitely on the
right.
team. You know what I mean? My big bro Tom Walters as well, and we're looping in. Whether that's just like drops or
Yeah.
popping up doing some club. I want to do a lot more club appearances. You know what I mean? Popping up in the clubs and doing things. So we got another tour we about to announce. I can't say with who yet, but it's one of those acts that people ain't heard from in a minute. They're gonna be excited about, especially with Jill coming back out right now too. I think people are gonna be excited about this tour that I'm about to be on with this particular artist and yeah, a lot of great things, man. A lot of great things. Shout out to Sirius XM family on here. I got a weekend show we doing The Quiet Storm in the Garden of Love on HUR Voices 141. 10 p.m. to midnight, every weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And of course, I'm on the air on HUR, Monday through Friday, 7:30 to midnight.
Yeah, I feel bad. I almost forgot. Wayne wanted to say something to you real quick. That's my man Wayne Winston in the
What's up,
building.
Wayne?
Oh, hey, listen, my man
Good to see you.
Raheem DeVaughn, man, listen, bro, you bring it. And much love, to our brother who we just lost, D'Angelo. But
Yes.
you bring something, man, that it's kind of been lost. We come from a period when you could tell who an artist was just from their voice. And you didn't sound like somebody else. So I'm giving my flowers, to my brother, but you need to have some as well. So this song tonight, right here, that's like any kind of song you want to make it. I'm sorry story, a Valentine's story. I mean, it's all about love, man. And as the young lady was saying down there, she felt you, man. I saw her feel you, and you're good at that, man. So I wish we could bring, and there's DJs on here too, myself as well, DJ Superb. That's another life. I'm retired from that. But at the same, you bring something, man, and you have to keep doing it. And it's a crazy time that we live in. Hip hop taking over, and I love hip hop, man. But the R&B, man, they got to stack that together. When you hit that jam, you got to put on a Raheem DeVaughn song or something like it. So thank you for your few minutes, brother. Thank you for blessing us. And my man CL, as usual, he bringing people out, man. He just reaching his back pocket and go, bam, this is what I got this week. I appreciate you, man.
All good. Appreciate y'all as well. Thank you to all the DJs on the call. Everybody's viewing this, and I probably would. If you want any last words for me for right now, anyway, I would just say that I know that it's a lot going on in the world. So as creatives, as DJs, I know some of the DJs on here are producers and have artists and things. Let's continue to push the narrative of being the light of the world. You know what I mean? And if there's ever a time that music can be therapeutic and healing, this is that time. And I'm definitely out here in DC waving my flag for that. And I hope that I represent, the soul and R&B culture as only as I know how to do it. You know what I mean? So if y'all are feeling 20 Lessons of Love, I cannot wait for y'all to hear the entire project. Quiet Storm Lover, Volume 1. And it'll be available on even.biz starting this for the 13th of February, and then March. Is it the 3rd or is it the 6th? Is LeBron on? I think LeBron is on. He can. If LeBron, if you want to jump in the chat right now. I'm chasing this February 13th date, but we got a first week of March release to all the DSPs and all the things. We going for ads for 20 Lessons of Love. So we gonna turn up, man. I'm back like I never left, and I'm definitely coming like the Cold Crush. I'm coming for everything they owe me. Remember I told y'all everything.
That's what I'm talking about. Get that. Word up, man. Well, listen, thank you, LeBron, man. Thank you as well, man. I help him put this all together, man. We're gonna end off with this song. I know you gotta go, but we're gonna play this as you go ahead and then carry on with your day. And this is in honor of our brother, who we had passed away, but he definitely loved this song. And we're gonna play this in honor of him and in honor of you. So you already know. Rest in peace,
Rest in peace.
R.P. legend, man.
R.I.P. legend, no doubt about it, man. You know what I mean?
R.I.P. legend.
Yeah, man. We are going to finally get this GoFundMe together for his scholarship, man. We got to do that for the scholarship, man. It's just it's something that we said we're gonna do. We've been wanting to do it. It's now time to put it in action, and give it to his wife, his family, for them to give to on behalf of his legacy, for sure. But shout out to Raheem.
Cover. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man. And I want to say shout out to it was a dope R&B. Like shout out to both Tank and of course Raheem.
Absolutely.
And really, really dope. I know we got one more artist. I believe we're gonna do one more artist interview. We're gonna play one or two more songs real quick. Shout out to Quantum, who's in the building. Let me just Quantum, I'm over here doing so much. I meant to make you a co-host over here, but I can't even. It's like a million and one things. I gotta find your joint. Hold on one second.
Did you see my email I sent to you? See,
I did see it. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So we can get to it, no doubt about it. Quantum, are you there? All right. Well, in the meantime, NBA's going crazy.
What's going on?
They done traded. The Mavs have done made a crazy trade. They got rid of AD. AD is now somewhere else. Chris Paul got shuffled around again. And they're talking about something crazy where AD could end up in LA. What's going on today? I have no idea. The news.
What?
What you say, Sierra? What you say?
The Lakers.
The shakeup is real. The shakeup is real.
It's just
Wait
a
a minute,
lot of
hold on.
shaking up.
Hold on, wait a minute.
There's a lot of shake
Hold
up.
on, how I missed this? I'm in Dallas. What happened?
Yeah,
AD is gone.
AD is gone.
AD gone?
Yeah.
The Wizards.
They did the Harlem
Mr.
Shake.
Glass is with the Wizards now?
Yeah.
No, but here's my problem with that. My problem with that is like, if you have AD with the new kid y'all got, y'all have a pretty badass team. Why would y'all mess that up?
So I'm gonna tell you why.
They got a youngster that's playing ball right now that's balling real good. They give him minutes. He fresh. Got him out the D League, and he's doing this thing right now. So they like, hey, he's gonna be all right. So they got a good young guy.
Yeah.
The thing too is AD is swallowing up too much cap space to be hurt as much as he is. He's a liability.
Yes.
So it's like, look, even in this trade, they got what, 2 first-round picks and 3 second-round picks. Second-round picks don't really mean shit. But like,
Well, you're trying to wait, hold on. You're trying to tell me,
yes,
that a healthy AD with a
There's
healthy Kyrie Irving.
There's no such thing as a healthy AD.
Oh,
yes, I was going to say the same thing, Bionic. Thank you.
There's no such thing as a healthy AD.
Come
You know
on,
what?
we know that.
I'm not gonna say shit. You're right. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Come on.
Because
Shout out to
even when AD made it through the finals, he was hurt during the season.
Yes, he was to the end, to the very
Listen,
end.
man, I'm a Knicks fan, so I don't care. You know what I mean? Let's go Knicks. You know.
Hey, ACL. I'm not now. I know you, C Styles, Earl, Swerve, and y'all know I hate for the Knicks. You know, I hate them. There's no, you know who I am. I make no bones about it. I can't stand you. I love y'all, but I hate them. Okay, and hate is a strong word.
It's
But
okay.
I
Take that. It's okay. Okay, you got to take that.
Paul C Styles. But anyway,
listen, real quick.
But
go ahead.
James Harden going to the Cavaliers is a major move, and I feel like it's going to be the Knicks and the Cavs in the Eastern Conference Finals, and I'll be rooting for the Cavaliers. Both of our
I can't do this anymore. This guy's wild.
I'm just saying.
This guy's unchanged.
They're both victims.
Hold on.
This is the year of the Knicks in case you don't know by now.
Before we go
really,
crazy,
I'm not going for the Knicks, neither C Styles. No.
Oh,
Detroit.
Both are victims.
Not gonna happen.
Well,
sorry, the only blue and orange
over to Quantum.
The only blue and orange I like is strong side and the Bears.
Quantum, I'm going to take over. Quantum, take over, and let's play some music real quick. We'll be right back. Quantum,
let's go next.
Run that. I had CL. Thought he was gonna play it afterwards, but that was Jazzy Jeff featuring Raheem DeVaughn, And that was actually the first time Raheem was actually recorded on an official record, man. So I wanted to run that. When he was talking about it, I literally had forgot that he was on that record. And mind you, that was 2002, man. So shout out to Raheem DeVaughn, man. Been doing it for too long. CL, where you at, man?
Well, touche. I was gonna say touche, man. Shout out to Raheem, who's been doing it for too long. When he met, when you mentioned, what was it, Miss Lily's in Philadelphia? I remember going to them joints, and it was like, super duper roots, Jill Scott music, and all these other dope artists from the scene, Philly. The fact that he was in that energy, yeah, man. He's certified, you know what I mean? So shout out to him again. Shout out to, and you guys understand something. When Raheem DeVaughn first came out as an artist, we met and we were friends. We were super cool. So as we built this thing that you guys now know as Digiwaxx, he's one of the first artists to support us with exclusives, records right out of DC, and just be there for us. And like I said, seeing him 21 years later and he's like doing his thing, just very just happy, man, to see him rock on. And and shout out to Tank as well. Like, that's just what I'm saying. Like, we have something that we've been doing that people respect. So shout out to us as a crew and a collective. All right. All right. I don't know if she started, if the artist came on.
Let me see. Big Z, are you in the building?
Yes, I'm still here.
All right, where you at? Where you at? Show yourself. Show yourself.
Okay.
All right, fellas. So turn your camera the other way, mama. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Big Z out of Mississippi, nonetheless. So she
What's up, Zai?
she did her thing. She did her thing at the at our Coalition DJs annual anniversary concert this past couple of weeks ago, and she been making a little bit of noise with her record called Bow. So I just wanted y'all to meet her. Zai, what's going on, ma?
What's up? What's up? I appreciate you, C-Style, for having me on, especially behind some major artists.
Yeah,
Appreciate
you know what I'm
y'all,
saying.
boss.
So give everybody just a brief introduction of you and what's going on out there in Mississippi.
Well, I'm currently living in Georgia. So I am from Mississippi. I've been up here in Georgia for about two years, going on 2 years now. So, can y'all still see me? I don't know, my phone, I got a call. Mississippi, we doing some real big things. I can say the music, the movies and the music was push me. Doing the movies would push me back into doing music today. So I'm definitely ready to take off now.
All right, so let everybody know what you got to say, CL.
No, I was gonna say also, Zai. I know you're new to the call, so thank you for pulling up.
Hey.
Just because we're broadcasting on YouTube and Twitch and all that stuff. If you don't mind turning your camera to the landscape position, that way we can get a better.
Okay, let me see.
Probably got to unlock your screen and all that good stuff.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's all good. But that's all I was saying. I was gonna let Brother C Styles continue on. We just doing some production.
Yeah,
there
that's
you
much
go.
better.
There you go. There you go.
All right, so I appreciate that, man. So listen, let everybody know what your rap style is like, and before everybody gets to hear this song, just let everybody know about the single Bow.
All right, so I am a hip hop artist. I love to dance, so that's what y'all gonna hear with a little twist of Louisiana vibes to it. So that was just me being versatile with everything that I'm writing right now.
Now, everybody, she says she likes to make music for the party. This is not for the people that's standing around with their phones taking selfies and all that type of bullshit. So she says she makes music for the people to dance to. I like the record, so I brung it to y'all to see what y'all thought. I put it on a mixtape I even interviewed her and put her on my radio show on 103.7 The Beat every Monday. Yeah, she got something to say, man. And after the song, if y'all got anything, questions to ask her about herself, man, just let her know, man. Let's get into it. See, Big Da, what's going on? I like this.
I was trying my best, not the best.
Listen, I appreciate everybody on the chats. You got rave reviews on the group chat, so I was finna call you to dance on the dance floor. Somebody put a Sherry Shepherd twerking meme. I'm from Alabama. This is my vibe. 25 years celebrating Digiwaxx. Salute. My knees gonna hurt after this. Let's see what else we got. I never knew to do that dance. I love this. My people from Louisiana, Dirty South. We got fire emojis. This is a bop. Vibrate the trunks. Toot that. Champagne glasses. Yeah, you got positive vibes over here, mama. So listen. I know you still working on the project because we've already talked about this, but reiterate like what separates yourself from everybody else, because I tried to explain that you're not on the same wave as everybody else doing the same thing. So I want you to let everybody know the difference between you and them.
Okay. Well, I feel like I create my own lane. I'm not talking about the same things everybody else talking about. I want to bring back dance. I grew up watching all the dance movies. Say the Last Dance, You Got Served. That, to me, that song kind of bring back that vibe where either you let me do my move or you can get out here in this field, but we ain't even focusing on that energy. The real thing is let us do our dance. That's what we came to do. So that's the vibe I'm on. Even with my next project, that's the vibe I'm on. Let us. We ain't just steppers in Mississippi. We get hyped too, you know.
No doubt. So,
what part of Mississippi? Jackson.
I'm from Tupelo. I'm on the other side.
Oh, Tupelo. That's not that far from Jackson. Word. Shout out to Tupelo. I got some friends, family from there. So shout out to Tupelo, Mississippi. Nice. First of all, good energy on the record. Like C Solid saying, the chat don't lie. Chat going in and people partying. So, what do you want to achieve? I guess this first, when the first, I guess, 6 months of the year, what would you like to see happen for yourself, in that time?
I want to see it continue to grow, continue to blow. I really want it to blow my mind. I ain't gonna set the limits on it. I want it to blow my mind because so far it's been doing just that since I released it, blowing my mind. So I'd rather not even speak the limitations, but I just wanted to continue on to elevate and exceed that record. That's the baby beyond everything that come behind it. I know it's some more fire in me, but that record there, I just want me to continue to elevate.
Well, that's what's up. So I want why don't you give everybody your Instagram information? Or matter of fact, you can say it right now, but I want you to put it in the chat once you get done.
Okay.
You might have to type it for her, by the way, C. But that's it. Go ahead.
Huh?
You might have to type it for her.
Okay.
And it's also big.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I was gonna say my Instagram is big2_Zah, ZAH. And it's the same thing for TikTok, but that's Instagram.
So, and I'm gonna get you guys. I'm actually gonna send CL the DJ pack so it can get up on Digiwaxx. And if y'all need drops, just hit me and I'll make sure I get her to do the drops for y'all. Like I said, I'm working with her. She got the potential, so we're gonna see where this goes, ladies and gentlemen. So you know how we always talk about bringing good music to the forefront and trying to separate the bullshit. So I feel this is a good record, and a lot of y'all seem to agree with me in the chat. So I say let's help her out. Let's get her where she need to be. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed. I know she got another record that we can, we'll rock with that at some point as well. So my thing is to stick with the song and keep on pushing. Don't get too distracted. Because everybody has their own idea of what you should do and where you need to be. Focus on the song, and make friends along the way. And that's what I'm saying. So that's it.
Thank you.
But I want to say, thank you for pulling up. This is New Music Wednesdays is normal. And again, make sure that your IG's in there. So we got you. Anything else you want to share before you leave?
No, I just appreciate y'all for having me. Shout out to DJ C Style, DJ Coalition, man. It's been major love since I linked up with everybody.
Yeah, shout out to the Coalition DJs, of course, our very own C Styles, the monster, holding down from Queens to Atlanta.
Q Burrow.
Q Burrow's in the house. Knicks Nation in the building. You already know.
They are here. Don't
exactly.
Get mad at me, Mama. Don't get mad at me.
It's all good. Word up. All right. Well, thank you for joining. We're gonna play some joints before we head out. Got about 12 minutes of funk, no doubt. Anytime. And let me just cue things up real quick for this one. And just give me like a few seconds here. I think this is right. Sorry, guys. Let me get this right. Hold on. I'm just a little off the game right now. It's been a wild day. Knicks didn't make a trade. I'm sort of happy about that. Hold on one second. Here we go.
I just saw something. I like scrolling, it just popped up. It said AD has had 296 injuries across 51 body parts in his career.
Yeah, that's too much. He got to get his shit checked out. He might be Mr. Glass. That's ridiculous.
Hey, you're the one that said a healthy AD, and we was like, ain't no such thing.
Yeah, I had to step back. I fell back on that statement. I agree. I apologize. I tried to defend him, but shit, man, you 200 of anything is bad. Anything. Okay, check this out. Shout out to, I believe it's from Elamini, right?
Yep, that's it.
That shit was groovy.
And the name of the song is called Reclusive.
That shit was groovy.
Hey man, I'm just trying to stay in my bag. I said I'm R&B. I'm trying to give more R&B flavor. You feel what
Digital
I'm saying?
digging.
Yeah,
that was
digital
definitely
digging.
groovy moving.
Shout out to Queen B, digital digging tag. That's what we do over here. We digging. That's good. But I remember him from something else.
I remember the song about a month ago, and we talked about it.
But he also
maybe
done
pandemic.
He's done this twice.
Yeah. I've seen him
he has done Tiny
sure.
Desk twice. Yeah, because remember when you're somebody who's in a moo-moo, he don't look like he's a good artist, and he's only 24.
And he lost
He's
a lot
done
of weight.
what twice? What y'all were breaking up and speaking at the same time.
Tiny Desk.
You said comedy desk?
NPR Tiny Desk.
Tiny.
Oh, Tiny Desk.
Desk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did the NPR Tiny Desk twice already. But yeah, bro, he's a monster, man. You got to go check out some of his old music. Like one of my favorite songs by him is called "Mad and Fire." But yeah, that right there is Reclusive. That came off his new project that he's dropping. It just came out on the 15th of January. But that's been on my playlist. And I'm just like, sure, let's see what the team think about it, man. It ain't no DJ pack out there for it, and it's not on the site either. So yeah, that's crazy work right there. A groovy movie, ain't that right though?
No, definitely dope record. And
I believe his album drops in March.
Okay, that's when the album drops. So right now he in single mode.
Yeah, it's like, and what's crazy is like his album I think drops like mid-March, maybe like the 20-somethingth. But then we also got a Thundercat album getting ready to come. Thundercat just dropped 3 singles.
The year the musician is here, bro.
Yeah.
The year the musician is here. For real.
So
yeah, man, that's the flavor I'm coming with right there. I got something else in the bag, but it's just one song a week, y'all.
Yo, who was that again?
Don't come with some flavor. LBN is what I got. How do you say his name?
Elamini.
Elamini.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question though, because you just said that we don't have a DJ pack on it